particular event, there's always another event going on. Often there's a WTA event the following week. So some of the team have to leave to set up that event whilst the finals are going on and there's less players. Obviously because the draws got smaller. It's a long, hard job. They do great work.
Danielle Collins gave the physios a big shout out last year during her speech after winning the title in Miami.
It's not just at the tournaments, they're also following up whenever you're not at the tournaments. You've got to have good communications with your physio team at home. There's just so much goes into it. And you can't get it wrong when it comes to medical issues.
It just feels like this match player, do you think that she's really grown in confidence, Eala?
I felt like she came onto the court with an abundance of confidence. The start was incredible. She won 8 out of the first 9 points. But I've been impressed by whenever Keys has got back into the match, she stayed positive. And those are things that against lesser experienced players, you think that possibly at big points they may hold back, or she hasn't done any of that.
She's had some looks at second serve in that game. Made a lot of them, but 3 miscues off those second serve returns, so it's 2-all.
For this match, it's from Madison Keys' perspective, she cannot rely on the fact that her opponent's level might drop. She's obviously come through the draw. She's beaten Ostapenko in that topsy-turvy match. She came through a lot of situations. Madison Keys just has to get better. That's how I feel at the moment where we are.
I mentioned earlier as well that she won the 50 Bass, and it's for at event 14 is and unders. Obviously, the world getting to know those players has a pros and cons, right? The fact that there's going to be pressure, the spotlight on those players at such a young age.
It's a big event to win because the agents are there as well, and they're looking to pick up players. All the racket brands and clothing brands are there, but the agents are big in her because she's at Rafa Nadal's academy, so probably these types of events would even help you get there, maybe get a bit of a scholarship. In my case, I actually played the Petty Dazzling. This was a long time ago, in the 90s. And I was 13 years of age. Actually, I played it 2 years when I was 13 and I was 14. I was 13 years of age, so it was a young 10-year-old one. Didn't do my compliments a lot of it.
Her confidence is soaring, especially after that serve, Eala. Moves in front once again in the second set. 3-2. loosen up those shoulders. Madison Keys, who has been really up against it, against his very impressive team. She's behind in the score. Keys. Fair finish off your story about the Petit Das.
Well, the Petit Das, the under 14 tournament in Tarbes. All the players these days, just well then, juniors now, they're all desperate to get into this event. But we probably top 100 in the world juniors to get in. I know in my case, when I was playing it back in the 90s, I was 13 years of age, and I said it was a 10-year-old that won it. She was actually 11.
Oh, hitting back, that was terrific, and on a big point as well.
That was so good. Well, this young player, I remember her mum was doing an interview with the French media and with her, and she said, of course, that when I called her Martina, I only had one thing in mind. So I'll let you guess who that might have been.
30.
I'll give you another clue. 5 years later, she won Wimbledon.
That's pretty good. If that was the goal, right? Today, Martina after Martina Barlova, of course, Martina Hingis.
Didn't do my confidence a lot of good, and it's a big thing back then. Whenever you're that age and somebody's so young was doing so well, you just thought, I'm not good enough. That's certainly how I felt at the time, and even later on, years later on, she was winning Wimbledon already.
It's a real pity for Madison Keys because the drop shot was just outstanding.
I think what we realize with all of these things is players develop at different times, different ages, and later on we have got Courtney Kessler. Look at her journey to top 50 in the world, 25 years of age, and it couldn't be any polar opposite than Martina Hingis in her day.
For these two, Keys, somebody talked about for so many years as a team. Eala, meanwhile, she said, she knows that players progress at different times, so not putting too much pressure on herself. But meanwhile, here, Keys is down on break point. Eala, chance to get to 4-2. She was so determined. She knew it was a break point, try and get everything back. Too hot to handle right at the end. The first serve percentage in this set, Keys. Actually, winning around 75% of those points, but that's because we've seen Eala really go for her shots and miss a few, but there, not so.
She's not backing off. She cannot afford to step back on that return of second serve, so it's just a case of can Madison Keys get it away from a contact point.
Oh, that was not easy. Had to backtrack, Keys. Cool as a cucumber. She's enjoying it.
She really is. You've got to love competing, don't you? These are the moments that you train so hard for. She knows that Madison Keys is not going to give her this match the easy way. superb serve.
Advantage
Good,
Keys.
good calm thinking under pressure from Madison Keys.
It's a serve player. We talked about this where she continues to go with the angles, right? Use a lot of slice serve. She was almost out of the game, but it continues.
I think on the first serve, you see her missing it. She's going flat. She's missing just a lot of them because the ball toss is a little bit low. Out fractionally, she's underneath the ball with her racket face slightly open.
Let's pursue.
She looked like she got on top of the ball.
That was her first double in the second set. There, she's trying to hit it flatter. Quickly putting the pressure on,
Advantage Eala.
making it difficult for her.
I'm not afraid to come in afterwards. She's taking it even earlier now. It's a case of I'm going to hit it so early that I don't have enough time to go back onto the baseline, so I'm just going to come forward and rush Keys. Good tactical switch up there.
Third break point in this game. A couple in the game.
Game.
One on
Eala.
game point
Ball
and then
change,
on break
please.
point. In a bit of trouble
Eala
now
leads
is Madison
4-2.
Keys.
That's all down to the pressure of Eala there on that return game. Those two double faults, just because of the quality this young woman from the Philippines is producing in terms of the return.
New balls and new racket for Keys. So now she's in this position, in a winning position. Eala, will that change anything in this match for either player?
Well, let's see the fact that she was in that winning position 2 days ago. What will she have learned from that in the match against Ostapenko? Set 4 love up.
For feet, maybe enough there, Eala. I haven't seen some slices are made of from Keys, and that's something she's really infused into her game. Is that something maybe to try and unsettle Eala because she's so good countering, using the pace?
She just hasn't had, they haven't had that many extended rallies, have they? She hasn't had the chance to set up and just change it up. There seems to be either on defense or one ball just to hit and go for it. Certain things that she hasn't seen. We haven't seen her play too many drop shots, but that would have been because of the court position as well of Eala right on that baseline. But I think what she hasn't been able to go to is changing up the height of the ball. She could have changed up the height a little bit more. She would have had also time. She could have played higher, maybe a little bit of a slice as well. Just give Eala different looks.
She'll gladly take that, Eala,
30.
but not so for Keys. It's her first top top-tier event of the season. For Eala, had been over 2 in top-tier qualifying, the Australian Open, lost to the big Severiana Fett, and then Singapore to Simona Valter. She's thriving on this stage in Miami.
40-30.
That's a shot that she has hit well today. The inside out forehand. Just gives herself enough space. Pushes her hands quite away from the body. Here in front. Terrific play from this young woman. Not holding back there, being brave enough to come in. That was a tricky first volley, wasn't it? But it was her presence at the net that we really noticed.
That smash was harder than the previous one. More incredible counterpunching from Eala. And she now needs just the one more game. 5-2. Serving now to stay in this match in Miami, Madison Keys. So only 2 defeats this year against Clara Tauson, who crushed those balls in the baseline, and then against Sabalenka, Canadian did well. And in terms of players against she's faced outside the top 100, she's won 12 in a row. Last loss, 2023 French Open. Kayla Day beat her.
And she had a 6-week break from competing after she won the Australian Open. Despite that loss to Sabalenka, I was really impressed with the fact that she backed up the Australian Open and made it all the way to that semi-final. But you asked me yesterday, 2 days ago, was that loss to Sabalenka, did that change her at all, the psyche of her? And maybe it has had an impact. First match that she played in, the first one she didn't look convincing there either, just looked a little prove herself.
Racing home. It appears to be the case for Alexandra Eala. She has done it again. And that is what it means to her. Second straight round where Alexandra Eala has been the Grand Slam winner. After Elena Ostapenko, this time is the Australian Open winner, Madison Keys. The team can truly celebrate as she goes through 6-4, 6-2.
Yeah, those are incredible scenes, aren't they? That's what you want to see. That's how much it means to this young woman who left home at 13, went to the Nadal Academy in Mallorca, and she's just gone and beaten the world number 5 and Australian Open Grand Slam champion. What a moment for her. She should enjoy every moment of this.
Be careful, don't want to injure that thigh.
And she played an incredible match. I mean, she walked onto court and she dismantled the serve of Madison Keys. She lived with her from the back of the court. When she lost points, she just quickly reset. She just played point by point in that match, and she clearly has a huge amount of self-belief. What a performance from her, and looking forward to seeing many more.
Moments she will never forget. And nor will these fans.
She must have a huge following.
It's going to get even bigger now.
You didn't have anyone from where you're from to pave the way, and of course you had many people to look up to around the world, but I think, well, I hope that this takes Philippine tennis to another step, you know? Yeah.
Well, we cannot wait to see you against Paula Badosa next. Do you want to say anything else in your language?
Ay, mabuhay mga kababayan! Maraming salamat! Oh my God! Okay, yeah.
All right, we'll see you in the fourth round. Congratulations.
overjoyed is Eala. If mom and dad are back in the Philippines watching it, is overnight. But I'm sure now they're not going to fall asleep for some time.
I'm sure they're watching, and those moments are just, priceless. And the way that she took hold of that microphone like it was a little baby and held on to it. But yeah, she's absolutely right. To come from a country like the Philippines where she has had nobody paving the way for her, it's an incredible achievement, because it's not normal what she's done. And she's taken risks, she's taken chances, she's gotten an airplane at a young age, and she's done something that other people in her country maybe haven't had the opportunity to do, haven't been able to do, but she is paving the way, and there will be more people that can have these opportunities. But she was so good today. I mean, she was just an outstanding match, and it was just lovely to see that type of reaction afterwards.
And to mentally reset after beating Ostapenko. She did that because sometimes younger players, they get that very big win. It's hard for them to recover mentally, but not so.
No, that's 2 Grand Slam champions she's taken out. And she's got an opportunity to play a former world #2 in this next round. And you're right, that is one of the trickiest things. It's to just stand up, repeat, and do it again. But she's got this inner belief, doesn't she? You can see it.